Hey, today we're working on a 2003 Toyota Avalon. We're going to be replacing the sway bar bushings. I ended up, you could get cheap bushings for about $8 and I ended up spending about $35. I went with the Toyota OEM. So that is where we're at. There is the part number. And what we need to do is obviously jack up the car first. If you've never jacked up your rig, in the center here there is a little dimple you can see where the jack is sitting, and then I put jack stands. I ended up putting jack stands and then the tires underneath. So that was the first. Jack stands are under, and then the tire. So what we need to do is you need to remove the bolt here on this side, and then remove the bolt right there on that side. And what I was having happen was just a lot, especially on country roads and stuff. On the highway it wasn't super bad, but I was getting a lot of shaking and rattling. And if you're getting a lot of noise in your rear end, this could be the culprit. So how you can tell is that the sway bar is actually, you can't tell right now because I've been spraying for the last 3 days because we live in Jersey and it's obviously a lot of rust. I've been spraying it with PB Blaster for 3 days consecutively. So just to make it easier on myself to get the bolt out. And usually if you're looking underneath your rig, you can see, first of all, this bar will move back and forth, and I don't know if you can see that right now. That bar's not supposed to have that much movement in it. And you will see on the sides here, well, not specifically this side, but this side, which you can't see right now obviously because it's got oil on it, but this side will be rubbed clear. It almost looks like you washed, you know, a quarter of an inch, something like that, on the side. So that will be a good telltale sign if you need to replace these bushings. It's a relatively inexpensive way to try to stop that rattling and get the car from pitching and rolling as you're going around turns. So if you feel like you're swaying a little bit, and you know, surfing's awesome, but you don't want to really be doing it in your rig. So if you feel like you're surfing a little bit, this could be the culprit. Okay, so I'm using a 3/8 breaker bar and 12 millimeter on it, and it came right off. Now if I hadn't put that PB Blaster on that for 3 days, that would have been not that simple. I could tell you that much. Okay, so now I'm on the other side, and gonna take that second bolt off. All right, same thing, nice and easy. PB Blaster, worth its weight in gold in the Northeast. Okay, so that piece slides off, and then you have the actual bushing. Now I'll show you the new one and the old one. You can see how the hole is oblong and it's worn out, and that is how much smaller it is, and I will get a shot of that so you can see how much of a difference the two are actually. Okay, I got the old one next to the new one just to give you an idea of how worn out it is and how much play that the sway bar is actually getting. So you're just going to reverse those steps, put back the new one, or install the new one, put the sleeve back on, and then install the two bolts. I'm going to take the bolts because they're a little rusty and wire brush them. Just why not? They're out, might as well do it, and try to get as much rust off of them as possible. Okay, so I'm just gonna wipe off any debris or anything that's in there. And I'm going to install the bushing itself first. Pretty tight fit. Okay, so if you see there's a little hanger on the front of this. This slides up and in the front, and then that's it. So that hook slides up and in, so you can see the hook, and then it comes back into this area here. All right, then I'll start the screws. Or the bolts, I should say. You can tell I'm a contractor or carpenter. And then I'll tighten them back up. Also, you can see that this metal bracket fits right on the inside, so the bushing is grooved. It fits right up perfectly in there. Okay, you want to tighten both sides. Don't tighten it up completely. Get one bolt on one side in and still have a little bit of play in it, and then the other bolt on the second side. you're going to use 14 pounds for your torque wrench, 14 foot-pounds. So there's a lot of extra play on that. So what basically, essentially just